things you should look like as a Pekingese have a lion dog is a snub nose. Pekingese are love them to your mother and your families of your children so that you look like them. Pekingese, we have to use the ancient that lives in their Chinese word for use live in Beijing, China. So then we have to fighting to use our cats around it we live by a toy. How do you play when the children has become to look at your for the families and you have to protect them to your good? So that the Pekingese we have to known as the children to protect the families of our cold mother. So that Pekingeses we have to take ourselves, but then you have to be Pekingese have to speak them to use a Chinese word for use as the lion dog. So that Pekingese we have to protect children to use. Number 2. How do you be enable for use to creative that live in China for history? So it relative that lives in China, that was a history of called as the People's Republic of China. That was called as the Shih Tzus, Pekingese, and Pugs. So then Pekingeses have to go outside, then a Pekingese we have to use by themselves, we have to see it for you. Number 3. How do you play with them to your toys? So you have to play your toys back. So then Pekingeses we have to smells will be good for use as a toy ball for this. Number 4. How do you sleep at night before bed into this one? Then you have to sleep, and all over the world we are now going to them up, but the Pekingese we have to watch them to play this way to sleep. Number 6. How do you play with video games to protect dogs to your family? Pekingese we have to play video games is inside a bed, so that we have play video games as one for this to play with your toys to protect this to protect the human. Number 7. How do you protect to your brothers or the families of dogs are called as the meaning? This called as the dynasty of Ming Dynasty. So that the ancient word of Pekingese. These are Ming dynasties we have called as the Chinese man. So the Pekingese will look at the is called the guardian dogs. This is statue of guardian dog. A guardian dog for use protect by this way for their Chinese man. So that the Chinese man will look at this. Then you have look like a monster store to the cutest dog, or mainly called the realistic dog called as a lion dog. We have a lion dog, it's a Chinese word. Number 8. How do you protect the cans to roll your toys? Things you are play with your toys you are for use. Things for pulled by toys out back. We called as this for Pekingese as one to use. How do you get for users as to go near to the door? Then it helps again. The Pekingese should near on the door. We have to look at this way. All over bark. Then we are barking it before it will start again. The Pekingese will come for your family. Then number 9. How do you dogs to feed them to your bone to your Chinese dog? There we have to eat their dog bones to feed their food for their way. How do you see it for use this one? How do you make for use the snub nose to your size to your regular nose? Then you have size of your Pekingese have a snub nose and Jack Russell has a long nose. So that the long nose has one for your Pekingese. And last one is number 10. Number 9. How do you be small dogs are creative as size as the big dogs? This cause the small dogs are floppier of a Pekingese and American Bullies a big dog. So that the big dogs are creative for use that live in America and small for China. And last one. How do you get times for users are creative for use to protect them all for your mother? There's a mother there for users are creative as one to this. How many years ago? 4 years by Snub Nose dogs are in the world. 4 live in China. So, you are now a pack.